Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called thereisonlyonefootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, therisonlyonefootball.com.
There is only one football!
To show you what's happening right here, right now in the studio, because we got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk. Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So
Yes.
we're back in town, but we'll be
We are.
officially back in town on
That's right,
Monday
yep,
with
yep,
some
yep,
major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
Well,
it all.
leave it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right. Yep,
tops,
yep.
well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions,
Sorry
mate.
about that. That's Brisbane Lions there.
Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're
Sorry
telling me,
about
mate.
that.
Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Into Monaro.
No, that's St George Budapest.
St.
apparently.
George, yes, the Hungarians,
Yes,
the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still
Yes.
on?
We're still on, of course,
on?
we're still
Well,
on, mate.
over
Yes.
here, we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of
Oh,
those.
he's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered 2 because his gut's so bloody big, he needs 2 jumpers to make
Really?
one. So, well, look, that's only a joke. Cat.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, what's this? Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Garrock, wasn't
Johnny
it?
Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we'll sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brasilia. Well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling, and our great friend with David Ben and
Yes.
Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. There is only, and then guys, you can buy them on. There's only
Well,
one
you keep
football.
going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football. Where you can get it from? There is only one
There's only one
football.com
football,
in
yes,
conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic
Yes,
kits for your teams as well
yes.
at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic
Yes, they are,
1977
Are we still on?
Phillips
Check 1,
League.
2.
Of course,
Check-
you're bloody
Sorry
on,
about
Frothy.
that. Yep.
And of course, guys, 1977.
Yes,
These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the
Well,
rigid jigs, $150,
yes,
and then
but,
you've got the sublimated ones
yes.
at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I
Yes.
suppose it's not appropriate to say this, but my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I
finish
can't.
the-
We can't
the short
actually.
show
We
tonight.
can't actually sing a song tonight
No,
because
well,
we're just
doesn't
doing
matter.
we're just doing the show tonight.
Well,
that's
we're
all.
just advertising the jumpers here.
That's
and,
right, guys. Where to get them from? There is only one
football. That's the one there.
football.com.
And,
So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport.
Monday,
Arrow Sport. There's only one
We'll
football.com.
probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you,
Monday,
guys. See you. Bye-bye.
There's
Thank
going to
you.
be summer we're going to have.
Footballers!
Are you go tonight? Footballers, the show you love to hate about the game in this country, and we love a guy called Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt is a great player. We're going to tell you more about what he said earlier.
Usain Bolt. He's coming back, is he?
Oh yes, he's come back really well today. Here we go.
Oh,
Check it out. Up,
God.
up. Feel it, man. Up.
Now, I must find something here.
Feel the rhythm, guys. Check it out. Up. Oh yes.
No, that's
Up.
not. No, we know all about that. She bangs
The cup of
the
life.
cup of life.
This is the one.
This is the one.
Now is the time.
Now is the
Don't
time.
never stop.
Don't ever stop.
We shouldn't know.
We should've
Gotta be strong.
Gotta be strong.
We shouldn't know.
We should've
Right
known.
from the
Right.
top. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it. Usain, I see it in your soul. You want the cup of life. Now that the day's here, you're gonna get it. Do you really want it?
Let's get
Do you
loud.
really? Hey!
Ho!
Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go, go, go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Tonight's the night. We're gonna celebrate. Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. People, we are the people. We are the passion. We are the history. We are the soccer psychos. The unofficial Socceroo mascots for the 2022 World Cup. It's our way, the highways, Ruffy. It's our way, the highway. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to mention to you right now, I'd like to mention something very special right now.
What's that?
Usain Bolt has actually said about us in this country and also about the Footballers show. He hates our guts. But let me tell you what he said.
What did he say?
I made a mistake.
Yes.
When I retired
Yes.
from track and field,
Yes.
I didn't want to stay in Europe, right? I didn't want to stay in Europe because of the media. I went to Australia,
Yes.
but the level of football there wasn't good enough, so I should have stayed in Europe. Guess what you are, mate? You are insane, Usain Bolt. What a joke the guy is. What an absolute joke. How are you, Gary? What an idiot he's a top player. This mate, he doesn't like our game. It's useless, whatever it is. Who cares about him? He's a moron. You know what you are? Put it up for him. Put it up for him.
Well,
That's right.
let's,
Put up. This is
let's
for
have a go at
Usain.
this.
This is for
This is,
Usain. We're going to
where
send
is
him a very good T-shirt for Usain
Yes,
Bolt
yes,
here.
specially
Please.
made for him.
This is
There
made for
we go.
Usain
Yep,
Bolt,
there
guys.
we go.
This is for Usain Bolt. This is a special request. We're going to
Yep.
send him this beautiful T-shirt.
Well,
He's
whatever
gonna
that
enjoy-
means, what does that mean, Harry?
He's a great man, what that means.
He's a great man.
He's a great man, Usain Bolt, guys. Unbelievable, Frothy.
Well-
What can you say about that? That's unbelievable.
Well, tell me something. So what he's done, he's seen he can't make it here.
He can't make it, so he can't.
So he's decided to bag our league.
He should have stayed in Europe, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, Central Coast, they are responsible for that
Yes.
circus down there. Why the hell did they actually employ him? I mean, surely they must have seen that
They know why. They all know why, mate. They all
surely
know
they
why.
must have seen that he's not up to scratch.
He's unbelievable, this bloke.
So the fact he can't play, because he can't play, fair enough, he can run fast. Well,
He can run fast. He couldn't even run on the bloody football field.
Well,
He
look, he was pretty
He can't
quick.
even football boots, mate, the
He's
bloke.
pretty quick, but the thing is, look, you were given an opportunity. You came here.
An opportunity?
Okay, you weren't successful. You go away, leave it at that. There's no point bagging the club. They gave you a chance. So, Usain,
No.
you think he's looking?
Yeah, he's watching.
Well, if he is looking, you're not good enough, my boy. As
you
simple as that.
are insane,
He's
Usain.
an insane bolt.
Insane, Usain Bolt. You know the bolt goes, don't you? Can't
no,
swear.
well, you can't say that.
swear.
We got kids
We
watching
can't
the
swear
show.
no more, mate. You can't say the
maybe
bolt.
up
The
his
bolt.
backside,
you know
maybe.
where the
That-
bolt goes. The bolt goes
The
where
bolt
it goes.
goes with a nut. So he must be a
That's right.
nut as well.
Oh,
With
he's
the bolt.
he's a bolt man.
He's the bolt man there. Well,
Now,
anyway,
we have something very special to say.
Oh, okay, fair
Now,
enough. Yep, go for it.
ladies
Yep.
and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen.
we are trying to get a venue in
Boys
Victoria.
and girls, dogs and
No,
cats.
this is very serious, brother.
Oh, sorry about
Now, we are going to get a venue in Victoria. We've spoken to someone not far yesterday, not far at Northcote, actually. That's all we can say right now, Northcote. We are organising for the hang on, a special surprise. You've got World Cup
Yes.
against the Socceroos versus Tunisia on the 26th of
Tunisia.
November, 9 p.m. start. We are organising a venue with dinner, drinks,
Yes.
everything, guys.
Yes.
Dinner, drink, and guess what? We're the stars there. We're the stars, and we're going to sing songs. We're going to entertain you before the game. So our show will start at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
The Socceroos game will start at 9 o'clock. And
That's
boy,
the
guys,
one.
we're going to be telling you next week about that, right? On the 26th at Northcote, a certain bar there, restaurant. And we can't talk about this person. No. Don't worry about that. That's fine. So
someone called you, did they?
yeah, somebody called me.
An
Yeah, that was
ex-girlfriend,
Usain Bolt, the moron. I had to get rid of him.
Usain Bolt has called
He's
the
calling.
show.
He's calling me. I'm
Well,
not going
put him on the
I want to
bastard.
talk to him. Don't want to talk to him. Okay.
Well, talk to him next time.
Now, let me tell you guys once more. We are organising a venue with beer, all sorts of stuff, beer, food. You book your night with the Caribbean Kings. The Caribbean Kings will be there anyway.
Well, maybe the Caribbean Kings will be there
as well. With a football-less group here.
Football-less, yes.
The
Now, the
football-less
Caribbean
crew
Kings
will be there, and we're going to be doing some music before the
Yes,
show.
yes.
And then we're going to present the World Cup game between Tunisia and the Socceroos on the 26th
That's the one.
at 9 p.m. We're organising something. We'll be telling you next week if it's going to happen or not, guys. We're going to have a PA system there with a massive screen TV. You see the massive screen TV last night?
Yes,
it's
and
big
we're
enough.
also going to have the dancing girls there.
The dancing
apparently.
girls will be there.
The Brazilian dancers.
That's right. We could actually do that. I could do that.
And we might get Stephanie there too.
Stephanie Brancy might invite her as well, guys. So there you go,
we'll get
boys. So
Stephanie
if you're
Brancy.
interested, get in touch with us. We want to get at least 50 people. You can only seat about 50 people.
Well,
He said
50 people?
Maybe 100. At the bar, maybe another 20 more.
No, it's about 80 apparently.
80.
Now it's $80 a head. Are we allowed to say that?
No, not yet. We're organising that.
Well, sorry about that.
We're organising that with some certain person, guys. So please,
yes.
if you show any interest, please get back to me on the
Now,
site.
can we
Leave us
say
messages.
the person who owns his bar?
No, you can't do that till we talk to him first. He told me.
Can we give him a clue?
No, you can't give him that clue till we talk business first.
Well, that's fair enough.
So
all
now,
we can say is
Frothy-
Brick, I suppose. One of your mates.
One of my mates. But let me tell you something right now. Right now, a gentleman's going to come on, Mr. Kenny Wilson. We need to read this before anybody else. I've got to read this. This
Kenny
is
Wilson. Who is this guy? I never heard of him.
He is the Olympic star from Sydney Olympic during
Olympic
the
star.
77. Now, I need to read you people something
like an airline.
from
Fly,
Mr.
Olympic
Hang on,
star.
hang on, guys. Hang on for a
sorry
sec.
about that, yes.
We need to read. Maybe I'll read this.
Go
To,
ahead.
now, this is.
Well, can you read, can you?
I better read this and
Have
you
a crack.
let me
Have
do
a
this
crack.
because I think everyone will be upset what I'm about to say. This comes from a former Socceroo captain.
Yes.
His mouth, not me, not Frothy.
John
Now,
Kosmina, is it?
That's right.
You're joking.
Hit the nail on the head. Too many little people, non-entities, non-entitles, whatever it is, only interested in their own club, their own domain, not interested in Australian soccer. Nothing has changed, and it's people like this that continually pull down the A-League and incessantly about all the way it is. Used to be that way. Oh, God, I'm losing it because of him, mate. I tell you.
Now, you're meant to read it.
The way it didn't work then, it won't work now. It is the 21st century, and it can't work like that anymore. Note that Dave Fordham was host of the Channel 7, of Channel 10 that is, as Phillips League was a great opportunity that was. Phillips major sponsor, commercial TV and first sport in Australia, go national, and it was FUCKED by the kind of thinking Doherty refers to. Now, if you guys want to say that, I'm going to bring Kenny Wilson now.
Now,
Kenny
who
Wilson,
wrote that part there?
That was our Captain Socceroo.
That was John Kosmina.
That's right. Yes.
Well, John Kosmina is correct.
Please don't. He's correct. He's correct.
He's correct in every possible way.
I'm going to get Kenny Wilson
And he's
on.
the man that said that we here compare to overseas.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
That's
Stop comparing. This is what we got. Go and support it.
Take it.
Simple.
Take it how it is.
Take it. Well, yeah, but it's our way or the highway, as you might.
Well, I keep
find
saying
it.
the highway. Let's get this
That's
bloke
right,
on, please. Let's get this bloke on
Well,
right
who's
now.
on there?
Mr. Kenny Wilson's coming on right now for
Mr.
him.
Peter Wilson. Big Mo there.
Mr. Kenny Wilson, are you there, sir?
Mohawk.
We're calling Mr. Kenny Wilson here.
I wonder if there's any relation there.
It is dead
Peter
set.
Wilson.
Yes.
Well, we could ask him
We
that.
could ask him that.
Let's have
We're
a look.
waiting for this bloke here right now for us.
Yes.
Is that Mr. Kenny Wilson from Sydney?
No, it's not.
It is. It is.
It is. Well, welcome,
No,
Mr. Kenny Wilson, the
no,
footballers.
no.
How are you tonight, sir? Now, the thing is,
I'm good.
you might have heard my situation early in the day about Mr. John Kosmina, the greatest Socceroo captain we've ever had in this country, the best captain Socceroo, I reckon. What do you think?
Hello.
You better not talk right now.
Yeah,
Who's this?
yeah,
Yes.
Jared, yeah. He was. There's not much better than John Kosmina.
That's right. It was,
He
mate, the
was,
toughest nut of captains of all captains.
One second, just hold on.
Classic player.
You can't put him
Just
on.
a class.
I've got
One
an
of
important call.
one of Australia's best.
Well, the thing is, I think he may be right. He may be right in what's going on right now, Kenny. What's happened in those days where you were playing, when you had that coach of yours, Tommy Doherty, and right now what's happened with also the situation with the A-League and everything. I think I think that problem is still going. Is that right?
Oh, look, Harry, the game's changed completely.
Of course it has.
The reality is that back in the NSL days,
yes,
clubs were run by guys who owned hardware stores, restaurants.
Yes.
And then you fast forward to 2006, 2007, to the A-League. You're then talking about it became a corporate sport.
Yes,
really,
exactly.
And I mean, I think what John says is very true. I mean, when you look at back then, we were the first true national competition.
Yes.
No other sport had a national competition.
That's
and
true.
when you look today, that they founding clubs, a lot are not with us anymore, but the ones that are still around.
Yes.
You would have thought that they would have owned their own grounds. They would have their own clubs. Well, they've really just at best treaded water, and all we've done is really rely on handouts, and we don't seem to be able to get anything from state and federal governments, like AFL do and NRL do.
Yes.
So we just don't seem to get funding to be able to take us that next step. But certainly, from a corporate perspective, it's completely changed. I mean, Tommy Doherty obviously coached me that year.
Yes.
I don't totally agree with what he said. There was some things he said that probably were a slight exaggeration. But back in the day, we had Sir Arthur George, and he ran everything. So,
mate, I know exactly what he is. Kenny, I used to work with his nephew, and so I knew everything what was going on. So I couldn't say it. I could say whatever I like now, but I know what he was like. He was like an Adolf Hitler of the game. Is that right?
Well, yeah. Look, it was his way or the highway. I mean,
that's right.
He got rid of the national coaches. He clashed with nearly everyone. He crashed with Raleigh.
Yes.
He clashed with Jimmy Shoulder. Rudy Guttendorf.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
I mean, when you look back, but certainly, the game certainly is not where it should be, considering how far back we go. 77. The national competition should be a lot better. But I think structurally, obviously, full time media, all that sort of stuff is. I mean, I look at it and think when I look back in 1977 when the NSL started, Channel 10 had the rights. Well, it's like full circle. They've now got the rights again. And
exactly.
They never did a very good job of it back then. I mean, I always remember it used to be, I think, 10 o'clock or 10:30 at night. You used to get highlights on a Monday.
Kenny, I used to sit down as a young kid, 16-year-old, late at night. Dad said, "Get to bed, will you? No, I want to watch the soccer. I want to Phillips Top Soccer." No, get to bed.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. I mean, when I think back to what we had, and I look at what Channel 10 do now, and we certainly haven't come that far from that perspective. But it's a completely different environment, and I get it. Look, a lot of the old school, we look back and we say, well, the game's not the same. It's not the same flair, but the game's changed right through the world. It's completely different now. The game is mechanical. It's a completely different environment. Flair players probably don't get encouraged enough.
No.
But that's how it is. We just got to, for people who never experienced the 60s and the 70s and probably the early 80s, they're not missing anything because they never saw what we saw. So it's a hard call, but certainly, we should have, we have moved certainly from the NSL, which was certainly a bread and butter insular competition per club.
Yes.
The clubs were run by a group of guys, 7 or 8 people on a committee.
Yes.
They'd raise the money, run the club, and it certainly came a long way since then. It's certainly nothing like that. But if you're asking me from a playing perspective, from an entertainment perspective,
yes.
Yeah, it's different. It's full time. It's a lot fitter. The players are fit. But is there the same amount of flair players like your Cozzies and Joe Watsons and
not
Phil O'Connors?
Not the cat either. The cat, of course, too. Yes.
Cat, yeah. Des Martins and Kenny Bowden.
Kenny Bowden. Peter Shan. I could mention him forever myself.
Now listen,
Frothy.
Now hold on. Now wait a minute. Well, look, the whole three of us can be a little bit biased here because we've actually seen the NSL too. But look, the game, let's face it, there has been, since the A-League has started, there has been champion players as well.
It's coming back.
They have played for the Socceroos. Now, I mean, if somebody can put on a Socceroos shirt, surely he's as good as a 1982 NSL player. Look, I believe this. If the A-League was going somewhere, if crowds were there and this and that, we probably wouldn't be even discussing this. It's because they're down and out. I think at times various, ex-players and supporters and commentators like to sort of get on the bandwagon and knock our league. They are pretty good players just because I really believe the crowd numbers are down and a lot of us are sort of just leaning towards that side. Now,
yes.
Jamie McLaren and Bessard Barisha and how many have gone through Melbourne Victory and Sydney FC. I mean, we have to compare them with the old boys back in the old NSL. But I think because a game, like you said, it's very mechanical and it can be boring at times, I must admit. It's not exciting to look at. Of course, the NSL was pretty much all attack. There was none of this mucking around in the back line. But the modern coaching now, this is the method, whether we like it or not. But at the end of the day, people aren't going. So how do we look at it? How do we fix it? Were they much better than today? I don't know.
Kenny, I'm going to tell you something, Kenny.
I think the reality
Kenny
is...
answer the question.
I will.
Yeah. I think the reality is we have a real issue with programming the games. Like, for example,
correct.
Like we're having games on a Saturday night. Now, I think I had this discussion with Harry before.
Yes.
When you look at our participation in the sport for over 35s, over 45s, we've got a massive adult participation. Now, in normal games, you on a Saturday you play at 3:00.
Yes.
You finish by 4:45. You have a couple of beers with your mates. 5:15, 5:30. You get home, but just after 6. I don't think you're having a shower and driving in Sydney, for my example, for a game at 7:30.
No,
I just don't think it. And that was the upside of, I think, the NSL. All the games were Sundays. I mean, you had Wednesday night cup games, but
I like Sunday, it. I agreed with that. I reckon it was fantastic.
Yeah. So Sunday, I think the crowds would be far larger because you get the fathers bringing the sons. You might not get a lot of women because a lot of the women play on a Sunday. But even if you did it on a Sunday, I think that the crowds would increase relatively. I just think Fridays and Saturday nights are not the times to be doing it. But you just look at the way going back to the point that you made about Socceroos, it's all relevant to the level of, I mean, the Socceroos have got the best players that we have available.
Yes,
but
correct.
But the reality is that best available, if we go back to 2006, there wasn't one A-League or National or NSL player. Well, there was, but every one of them was playing in a league overseas.
That's true.
And it was a top league.
Yes, exactly.
Every single one of them. There wasn't one.
Right.
Now we're in a situation where, our best player, or best couple of players, are probably playing in Saudi Arabia or
Asia.
China.
Yes.
Yeah, Asia. So we've certainly came down the rung in quality compared to back then. And I'm going back to the beginning of the A-League.
Yes.
So we've certainly got but they're regardless of what it is, they're the best players we've got. and that's just the way it is. I mean, we've sort of created that.
Well, Kenny, can I say between 77 and let's say the year 2000, that's the Socceroo team I want to compare to our. Well, not so much this current Socceroo team, maybe the one 2 years ago, because apparently, from what we all say, they were better. But again, full credit, the boys made the World Cup. Now, regardless how it happened, whether it was Redmayne's wiggle dance, it doesn't matter. They're there. But the early NSL
fantastic
players,
achievement. Fantastic
absolutely.
achievement. I mean, everyone was writing as well. It's fantastic achievement.
Well, everyone was, exactly. Even ourselves.
Yeah. Well, Kenny, I'll tell you right now.
What are you going to tell us
Kenny,
right now?
we finally found, and Ange was saying it, we've got to find our own way of playing. And bloody Redmayne found his own his own way of playing, and it worked. Is that right? And Ange was right all along. If we don't find our own way, we don't get through. Is that right?
Well,
there you go.
Can I just say one thing? Now, speaking of the great man here, now, if that didn't pay off, Mr. Wilson, do you think Arnie would have had a job by now?
Oh, no.
I mean,
here we go.
So what do we base it on? The keeper's stupid antics? I mean, come on. Really, Harry? I mean, they won on penalties, mate. It was nothing convincing.
It was something different.
Well, it doesn't matter. You win on penalties. It's a 50-50 ball game. So if they won a 2-0, 1-0...
Yeah, but
we'll qualify.
In fairness, we'll beat the fifth or sixth best South American team. So in fairness, regardless of whether it's penalties or it's no penalties, that we've qualified.
Exactly.
But in fairness, I mean, Arnie's only got what he's got to work with. And when people keep talking about players here, players there, I don't know any other players that should be in that squad. You know, I mean, every time some young player comes up and has 2 or 3 good games in the National League, they say, "Oh, he should make the World Cup." Well, really? You remember what we did with the lad from before they ended up going to Celtic? We threw him in there. You know, he gave him a few games. Ange gave him a couple of subs games. Yes. He ended up signing for Celtic. Where's he playing now?
No, we don't even know where he's going.
Yeah, we blow players.
Azani, I think.
Azani, yes, correct. Yeah. But we just end up jumping on 2 or 3 good games. He should be in the national team.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, I don't think that squad. I don't know whether there's any other players should be in that squad now. No, the question is, will Rogic make the squad because of what happened previously? That's the decision. That's the decision Arnie's going to have to make. But he is probably in our top 5 players, and he is playing. Well, he was playing in at least in the UK in a relatively top competition, but I don't know. You know, I mean, the reality is back in the day, Frothy, going back to what you were saying, you know, people keep comparing you know, our Socceroos teams from '77 to through that period. But we had to beat a South American team or a European team to qualify. People keep forgetting that. We and only Arnie drew the short straw this time. Like Ange didn't have to do that.
That's true.
In fairness,
that's right.
In fairness, right? So. And I'm not. I mean, and look, I'm an admirer of Ange, but I've got to tell you, you know, people reinvent history. We were average. We never qualified directly for a start, and we were about a half an inch on a goalpost of going out the World Cup under Ange.
That's right.
So we weren't in that flash, you know, in the qualification periods. But we made it, and it's getting there. And people say, we won't win a game. Well, we're playing France and Denmark. Do we really expect to beat France and Denmark? Is that really the expectation?
Well, we've got to give it a go. Got to give it a go. That's what you got to do.
I think I really believe Denmark and Tunisia, they've got a chance of beating them. Be quite honest with you, I can't see France unless France don't rock up as they say.
Denmark are one of the best teams in Europe. I mean, Denmark's got a cracking team. You know, I mean, people forget the Scandinavian team. You know, but Denmark. I mean, Denmark are beating Germany and Italy and all these teams.
That's
so.
Correct.
You know, we've got to be realistic. Tunisia, yeah. So the upside is hopefully catching France in the first game. Pinching result. But fantastic. We've made the World Cup.
That's an achievement, regardless what happens from here on in.
And this is where Kenny goes step by step now, step by step from here.
Step by step.
That's how. Now, Kenny, what I want to go is back to the days of the NSL, of course. Now, the one thing that you would have missed out, and we all missed out right now, is all the other clubs, ethnic clubs, and I'm sure that Cozzy can understand this. They were all ethnic clubs. We were all ethnic clubs at the time. We had our own supporters. We had everything there. That's gone. Okay, that's gone. But now the second division will come in we're hoping by next year. But the thing is, what I want to say here is that we miss the souvlaki's, we miss the food, the camaraderie of your own people. This is what it was. It was a day of meeting your own people. Is that right, Kenny? It was packed. The grounds are packed. Cultural stuff. Look, it was all there. I mean, come on, it's all gone.
I was blessed that I played at obviously Olympic for 7 years, and I played in Melita. Yes. In St. George. So I mean, I was Melita, certainly Olympic, then Melita, who get reasonably good crowds, and Olympic got fantastic crowds. But if you let's fast forward from 77 to 2022, that type of supporter is not around anymore. Our kids and grandkids are not like that.
It's true.
They've assimilated into Australian society a lot more than what the old Greeks or the old Italians did. So it's different. As far as the second division is concerned, I've watched Apia Olympic. I was at the game the other night when you rang me. I was at Manly and Marconi. Now, if that's what the second division is going to be,
yes,
it ain't going to work.
We just
it ain't going to work.
Kenny, we just have to wait and see. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Well,
who's going to fund it? Who's going to fund? Who's going to fund it? Where's the money coming from? Who's going to pay for the flights? Who's going to get behind it? I mean, I do think the let's call them the ethnic clubs. They'll start coming out the woodwork a little more.
That's right.
Like Marconi will get a bigger crowd. Apia will get a bigger crowd.
That's right.
Olympic will get a bigger crowd. South Melbourne will get a bigger crowd. They will come just on principle.
Exactly.
To sort of get to say to people, see, I told you so.
Exactly.
So I think, but they should be out there now. They should be supporting the clubs now at the moment.
I know what you're saying, Kenny. Well, and this is look. People say it's not going to work, don't do it. But let me tell you, Kenny, by 2025, if we don't do this, by 2025, we are back in Oceania. How would anybody feel getting out of Asia? They've said this. They've warned us. They've said it. You've got the 2025 or you're out. And that's what's happening. That is the case around the world. They want second divisions, third divisions in countries. And this is what is going on. So Asia don't really like us where we are at the moment. And if they can find a way of getting rid of us,
now,
they
Sunday,
will. That's true. No, I'm not going to talk about this again. That's
no.
Well,
it's simple. It's simple. And Kenny just said it before. And
here we go.
What he said, I've always agreed with. That it's simple. These crowds from the old NSL clubs, they have been out of the main light for 15 years. They have moved on. They've got other interests, and they won't rock up. Purely, Kenny, we went to a Heidelberg South Melbourne game, Harry and myself. What was it, 6-7 weeks ago? Beautiful sunny day.
700 people.
And there was 700 people. Now, and that was advertised through the papers and the radios.
Mark Trent.
Now, I mean, that really tells you something. Possibly two of the biggest clubs in Victoria.
Yeah, we spoke to the president and told us.
And the president of Heidelberg actually told us too. He goes, this is disappointing. Where are all the people? Now, that's got to draw. I mean, tell me Heidelberg and South haven't got a combined 10,000 members.
They got more than that.
For sure they got it. Now, why didn't they go? It was a Sunday game.
I've always been in favour. Forget the second division. We've got 12 teams in the A-League at the moment. 3 are on life support. And the 3 that are on life support are obviously
That's
MacArthur.
Right, exactly.
MacArthur and Newcastle and probably, maybe Western United. I'm not quite sure. But there's 2 or 3 that are certainly 2, which is MacArthur and Newcastle. Newcastle can't get a buyer 2 years. That's just a joke. But if it was me, I would bring the A-League up to 18, at least 18 teams. If it was me.
Okay, Kenny, I have someone here talking right now. One of your friends here.
Ooh.
One of your friends is getting stuck into you, I think. Promotion and relegation should be compulsory. Can I tell you who said that to you?
Yes.
Mark Trenta.
Yes.
Well, it should be compulsory.
I agree with you, Mark, all the way.
Mark. It should be compulsory, but the point is it never has been, so why all of a sudden we're jumping up and down and it's going to work?
You guys
This should have been introduced the first year of the... No, shut up, let me talk.
It's not my fault.
This second division...
Blame Lowy.
And relegation promotion should have been from the first year. Do it bloody right from the start.
Lowy.
The game, like Kenny said, it's on live support. So all of a sudden, they're talking second division. If it wasn't on live support, Harry, they wouldn't even be talking about second division.
I mean, look, the first thing we have to do is get up to at least 16, 18 teams to make it like the NSL used to be, 16, 18 teams.
Yes,
but let's take that off the equation. We work on a premise that, like, for example, in England, like promotion and relegation, it doesn't matter where the club is. Say, for example, in the Championship, when they get promoted, no whether they're a Manchester club or another club from in the Newcastle area, it doesn't matter.
Of course
but we're paranoid about Sydney and Melbourne teams winning the second division, and you're just going to be loaded with Sydney and Melbourne teams. Well, you can't do that. You've either got to be in it to win it. You've got to. Is it really promotion or relegation? I mean, I experienced this shit. Remember, I was at Sydney Olympic. We get relegated. We finished above South Melbourne, and they chipped us out because it was only a Sydney team they wanted to get rid of. It was absolute nonsense.
Absolutely.
Kenny, the thing is, we can go on forever talking about this, but I have someone to talk to at the end of July about what's happening about the second division. I have someone I'm not going to mention names. I have spoken to someone about this, so I know what's going to happen, and we're just waiting right now to get that information. Kenny, we'd like to thank you for coming on tonight. And by the way, Kenny, by the way, you're going to have to listen to this guy coming on here, one of the best players ever to come out of South Australia, Jim Tsekinis.
Wow.
And he's also coaching West Adelaide, where he started playing. How's that?
West Adelaide Hellas.
Oh, fantastic.
So, Kenny, thank you for joining. We'll talk again. Kenny, no worries. We'll get you back on again.
All right, take care.
Thank you for joining us, Kenny. Thank you. Mate, Kenny has always got sense to talk about. He talks about a lot of sense. He's played in the NSL. He's done things down there, guys. I can tell you right now, this man, Kenny Wilson, should be one of the officials of the FFA, if not running the bloody game. What do you think of that?
Well, 9 out of 10 ex-players that we've had on,
should be doing it, mate.
They should all be involved in the game. But apparently, one of the ex-players told us that they sort of turned a blind eye, the big boys, and they don't want the old players from the past NSL to bring in any ideas. Well, maybe it's time they did bring in some ideas, because I tell you what, the way it's going, like Kenny said, they are on life support.
Well, you know what? They run their own game now, the A-League. That their own situation.
They're not doing a good bloody job, are they?
Situation is theirs. They have broken away from the FFA. They have nothing to do with the FFA, guys.
And it's gone down.
They are a separate entity, a separate business with franchises now.
Yes.
That's their business. Let's see what happens next year. I don't like Paramount running those stupid games that you probably watch on Channel 10, which is ridiculous. They've got no idea what's going on, but we're going to have to watch and see what happens at the end of July. There are a lot of announcements at the end of July about the game in this country. Lots of changes are coming. I tell you what, guys, as I spoke earlier, there's a special, if you just come on and joined us, there's a special thing happening on the 26th of November at 9 p.m. when the Socceroos play Tunisia. We are organising a venue where we're going to do football lesson at 8 p.m. with music, dances and everything, girls dancing and everything, Brazilian dancing, all that sort of stuff. If you're interested, please get in touch with me. It'll be a dinner I'll serve on the night. It'll be fantastic, and it's being organised in the next few months, guys. Please let me know if you want to come to this amazing venue. Don't forget, guys, this venue is going to be available for the game against Tunisia. The Socceroos can win that game on the 26th of November, 9 p.m. We're going to be there. We're going to do our show before the game, and we're going to show up the massive screen there, Frothy. Now, we've got to get Jim Tsekinis here from Adelaide, mate. I tell you what, he's an amazing player.
Have we had him on before?
No, first time actually.
Well, I'll give him the 30-second shot clock.
And no, you will that, but we have something very important to tell you guys.
Well, this is more important. And
we want to
see what he likes.
Jimmy's going to be mentioning a few things about his committee, his players, and we've got to let him talk about that first, okay?
And maybe the Socceroos as well.
Well, we'll see what happens with.
He's got
a big surprise. He played in the young Socceroos, and they made the final, if you remember,
in
Brisbane.
In 1982, was it?
No, he wasn't born then, mate. We're talking about. So I'll tell you right now.
Well, put him on a young fella.
We're at. What do you mean we're at there? Let me try and get this bloke here, guys.
Well,
let me get this.
Give him a tingle, I suppose.
Let's have a look and we get this guy, please. Where is he?
Let's see. Let's put him on. Come on.
Let's
ask him all the easy questions. We still on?
Hang on for a sec. I'm getting him. Jim Tsekinis, guys. Let's see if he answers.
Yes.
Let's see if we get him, guys. Hope he answers. He's done it to us, has he? Or what? Come on, Jimmy, answer, please.
Maybe he's in the little boys' room.
I don't know what he's doing, this bloke. It's supposed to be 8:30.
Hi, this is Jim.
Oh.
Sorry you've missed me. Just give me your name, number, and
Give your name, number,
Yes,
Jimmy.
Harry
It's
and
football.
Frothy.
We're waiting for
How
you,
are
mate.
you,
Jimmy,
Jimmy?
where are you, Jimmy?
Oh, was
It's
that a
football.
message,
We're
was
waiting for you. We're going to call him again.
I thought he was talking
Let
to
me
us.
try him one more time, guys.
Give him
He's
another
coming on,
shot.
guys. Coming on. Don't worry.
Give him another shot.
Here we go. Let's see if we can get him there, guys. He's on the other side of the country, so it's pretty hard to get him.
Well, he's in Perth, is he? Where
No,
is
he's
he?
in South Australia, mate, Adelaide.
Well, that's not exactly the other side of the country.
Hi, this is Jim.
Oh, no, he's probably calling
is
us.
Jim,
I
yes.
bet he's calling us right now. Let's just wait for him, guys.
Well, let's wait.
Let's just
And,
wait right now. He's coming on. Has a lot to talk about, mate. His career has been amazing. Playing in the World Club Challenge with South Melbourne. He played for West Adelaide Hellas. He's played in the Young Socceroos in Brisbane in 19. I'm going to find 80. Was it 80? 93 or something? Where he's crossed the ball. He crossed the ball for Paul Agostino to kick the ball, to head of the ball into the net. And
did he score?
He didn't score. He crossed the ball,
was the
mate.
whole
What a
point
game.
about that? He crossed the
Let
ball,
me
the
see
other
if we can
guy
get
couldn't
this
bloody
guy again.
score.
Let me call him one more time. If we can get him.
Call him
He's got a
one
lot
more
of stories, guys, here right now for you.
Third
Check it out.
time lucky. Watch
I
it.
got to get him third time
He'll
lucky.
pick it up now. Watch this.
We hope so.
He'll answer the phone now.
Otherwise, we get Mr. MPL on
I
shortly.
get the gut feeling he'll answer the phone.
93, I was right. Alex
Let's have
got
a
it
look.
too.
Let's have a look. Come on, Jimmy.
Jimmy, answer the phone, please,
Answer
mate.
the
We've been
phone,
waiting
Jimmy.
for you,
Come
mate,
on,
all night.
Jimmy.
Bloody Jimmy. Jimmy!
Hello?
Jimmy!
Hey!
Is that
Let's get loud.
Is that the
Let's
guy who...
get
Is this...
loud.
Hang on, mate, Frothy.
Sorry
Is this the
about
guy that played for West Adelaide Hellas and South Melbourne in the World Club Challenge as well? Is that right?
Is that the man we're talking to?
Yeah, he's a bit fatter now, but that's the bloke.
Oh, don't worry about it, mate. You're still the same
Well,
bloke. Jimmy, welcome,
it's-
mate, to football. Let's welcome, mate. Let's give him the...
Yeah,
Mate,
give him a round.
the crowd is gone berserky. Jimmy, how are you, mate?
What's all the racket going on there? It's party time.
Mate, party time here in Melbourne.
Wow,
We need
wow.
party time in Melbourne, mate. Mate, honestly, Kenny... Jimmy, honestly,
Is that
Jimmy...
Kenny on the phone?
No. Jimmy, we welcome you tonight. We welcome your committee watching. We welcome your players watching. We want you to mention all your players, please. Can you mention all the boys watching?
Surnames only, please.
Mate, now you got me going, mate. Listen.
You go.
He's
Here we
all
go.
excited.
Here we
All
go.
right, you got me going. So I wanted to talk to you a little about my boys. Firstly, I want to tell you about some legends that you guys might remember.
Please tell me.
Well, let's have a look.
I've got coming out to my games now Neil McGackie, David Pillen,
You're joking.
Ted DeLeister. Do you remember a guy called Ted DeLeister played for PSV?
Yes,
and he was played
mate.
for West
Yes,
Adelaide
yes,
National.
remember him well. He
yes,
was
yes.
Harry.
I got these old guys now coming back to watch West Adelaide, right?
Dave Pillen's
And-
what a tall man he is, mate.
He's a
Yeah,
giant.
but you know when you see them together, they resemble a scene from Jurassic Park.
Mate, I got it. I'm coming to Adelaide to interview them. How's that? We should do a show in Adelaide, mate. We should do one.
Yes,
You
yes.
should come down. Hey, mate, I've also had Lemmy Vatsilis, Albie Kidd, Concock and Lapidus.
Oh.
And, mate, I've even had one of your boys, Vaughan Coveney, come over and coach my boys.
We hate that bloke.
Well,
we hate him.
have you had the Argentinian keeper? His name is Fabian Arsman. Have you had him?
Who? No.
No, don't worry about the name, mate, please.
What about Dean Windass? He played for
Mate,
Holland
mate.
Bradford. Have you had him, Jimmy?
Oh, I remember Dean Windass. Yeah.
You do. And what about Danny Shit You, centre back for Millwall? Have you had him over, Jimmy?
Yeah, no, I haven't got any of those, mate.
Hey,
but
just-
I'll tell you what I do have.
You go
Listen
on.
to these two legends that are on my coaching
Please,
staff.
please.
Ooh.
Branko Milosevic.
Oh, mate, what is
wow.
this? You got a whole NSL bloody Socceroo team there, mate.
Well,
Mate, and David Miller, Melbourne Knights goalkeeper, mate.
Yes,
You should come down here and you'll have a list of these ex-National League players, mate, that I
Well,
will give you.
These blokes there bloody
well,
around the
going
table.
from what you tell us, Jimmy, how good is your team? Are they first material or last material?
Mate, hang on, mate.
Well, he's got a lot of
Hang
experience.
on a
eh?
minute, mate.
Well,
Don't
we're
put
just
my
wondering.
name and last in the same sentence, boys. Come
Oh,
on.
we're
Yes,
just trying
yes.
to find out who you are.
Come on, Jimmy, tell us everything, mate. We don't know everything at all, mate.
You want to know the players? Have a listen to this.
Please.
Go
I've
for
got
it.
Ricky De Silva, who's a Portuguese international, who played at the same junior club as Ronaldo.
Holy
I've got
mackerel.
Costa Mantas, who was a Greek youth international, and he's come back and he was playing for Olympiacos for a while. I've
Wow.
got Nico Andre, Brazilian international, who's cousins with Neymar.
Shit, mate.
I've
What?
got Jackson O'Donnell, who's a great-grandnephew of Peter Shilton.
Oh,
I got a kid called Nathan Amanatidis, who apparently it's unproven, but they reckon he's my love child.
whew.
I got
Well, we
I've
won't
got
go
Jack-
there.
I got a boy. Don't go there, boys. I got a boy called Jack Yu, who's starting to be a priest, mate. That's how good we're going.
You
I've
even
got-
have a priest that plays the game there.
We have to
He's
pray
going
now.
to be a priest, this boy. He's fantastic, right?
Well, God
And then I've
bless
got-
him.
I've got a big 6-foot pomp, mate, which we've never had at West Adelaide. Big Carl Phelps, a big 6-foot Englishman, mate. He's changed it up for me.
My God.
And have a listen to this bloke. I've got a boy. We're a blue-collar team, right, through and through.
Yes.
I've got a boy that's a bloody dentist. All right? Timmy Tomatoes. He turns up. He's all fancy. But when it gets the gear off, mate, he's as blue-collar as it comes. He's at West Adelaide.
Oh, my God,
mate.
Jimmy. Jimmy. Who's going to bring
hang on,
us to Adelaide?
Hold on,
Harry.
let Jimmy talk, for heaven's sake.
Hang on, Harry, one more.
Okay.
Listen to this bloke, Evan Kostopoulos. He was on Liverpool's books as a kid, and he played 150 A-League games for Adelaide United. And he's 35 years old. He's 35 years old. He runs around like a champion.
My God, man.
Mate, you got to see this squad. It starts. The one of my boys, Chris Kostopoulos, even thinks he's Snoop Dogg. He's got the tattoos and the ponytail and the hair and everything.
What's that? Snoop Doggy Dogg, doesn't it?
Snoop Dogg. He reckons he's Snoop Dogg.
Well, hold on. He sounds like a Greek surname. Doesn't sound like he's from the coast, from West Coast of America.
Mate, I have got a started lineup.
Mate.
You boys have got to come down.
We have to.
I'll get you all these ex-National League players you can interview. They're all with me anyway.
We have to come there, mate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can come and watch us play.
Honestly, we need to do a show.
We can do
before the World Cup. Before the World Cup, we've got to get there before the World Cup and do a World Cup game show for you with all the players there, mate. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, you got to, mate. And I'm bringing more out the closets, boys. I'm bringing more of them.
Jimmy, it sounds like you guys have got deep pockets in Adelaide. Is that right? I bet you.
Mate, you know what? I'll tell you something, boys, about all those ex-players that I mentioned. Not the playing team. I might have exaggerated a few of their resumes.
We don't think so.
But all the other ones I named, all those guys that were ex-players have come out here now and have given me their time for no money, no charge, mate. They've come back to give to the club.
Well,
and you know what? You know who else I had tonight?
Who?
A guy called Ayrton Andrioli, who's currently Adelaide United's assistant coach. He played with me. He played with me in National League at West Adelaide. Gave up his time tonight to come and talk to my boys and get involved in the training.
Mate, this is...
Well,
we've got to give him a big round of applause, mate. This club... Mate, you sound like a first division... You sound like an A-League club, mate. You sound like an A-League club.
I was about to say that. Why aren't you guys in the A-League? I mean, you've got everything there.
Who knows? Well, who knows? Are they going to go B division? You never know. We might come back.
I've got things to tell you after, but not now. Right now.
Well, we don't know. Now, Jimmy, since you're all excited, I may add, Harry, I think he's the most enthusiastic
he is.
player we've ever interviewed.
And the funny thing is, the way he spoke was like a personality on TV, and he's a bloody coach as well. Shit,
tell you what
is this?
We could have him full time in the studio to work for
Jimmy,
us.
I'm going to fly you once every 2 weeks. Is that all right, mate?
We can have you here full time, Jimmy, but you're going to have to pay us, unfortunately. How's that?
Listen, you guys rub off on me, mate. It's contagious, your enthusiasm.
Unbelievable, this bloke, mate. Jimmy.
Can I give you a 30-second shot clock?
You got to answer these questions.
Now, I've got some short questions, and we need some short answers. You'll have 30 seconds on the clock. And if you are 14 seconds, apparently is the time to beat, Jimmy.
Oh, shit.
And the prize is a Brisbane Roar membership. So I know you always wanted one of those.
Bloody
Now, here we go, Jimmy. Now, clean out your ears. That's Brittany giving us a go ahead there.
Go.
Here we go. Dogs or cats for you, Jimmy?
Say it again. I can't hear you properly. Go again.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Favourite movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
Hardest opponent?
Andrew Bath.
How do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
Well, stop the clock. Harry.
I can't stop the clock.
Now, look, I don't know, Jimmy. Now, I heard that you're Greek, and apparently that's a joke, because when they say medium rare, now, did you know that?
Brilliant. I love it.
Bloody hell, mate.
Well, Harry, you told me that. How come all the Greek ex-players like it rare?
Mate, Jimmy, we've been talking for a long time with Jimmy.
Start the clock.
There you go again, mate.
Coffee or tea for you, Jimmy?
Coffee.
Best soccer player of all time?
Maradona.
Thank you very much. I thought he'd say that. Twitter or Instagram, Jimmy?
Neither, mate. Neither.
Well, that's fair enough. Vanilla or chocolate?
Vanilla.
Well, I hope you stop the clock, Harry.
Oh, here we go again, mate.
If you're married, just make sure your wife, just make sure you block her ears. I'm about to ask you a question.
Here we go.
Start the clock, Harry.
Here we
Thank
go
you
again.
very much. Blondes or brunettes, Jimmy?
brunettes every day of the week, mate.
Wow,
Greek style. Yeah, I've got the Greek girls.
Well,
yes.
Jimmy, we have something in common at last. Now,
Mediterranean brunettes for me, mate. Don't forget, we were in Brazil in the World Club Championship.
We're going to talk about that. Don't worry.
Yes. Disco or rock and roll for you, Jimmy?
Rock and roll.
Now, are you a Ford or Holden fan? Since they're both dead, they're gone.
Mustangs for me, man. I'm not either.
There you go.
Well, that's fair enough. Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Now,
nice having the show. Harry, we've got to end the show now. We'd like to thank our sponsors here.
Oh, my God.
There is only one football.
Now, Jimmy, I have some information for you right here. Now,
important information.
You see now, you guys have been doing it very tough in the last few years there in Adelaide. And to do what you're doing to that former NSL powerhouse.
Well, it's very hard, Harry. They've got no water there. They've got no sewage, no footpaths. I mean, how could you?
And the thing about this, Jimmy, is you're doing a great job. You're winning games.
He is.
We are going to see you in NPL 1 next year. What I'm seeing is a lot of wins here, Jimmy. What are you doing different?
Oh, well, you know what? Everything I told you before all those names, that was the start of it, boys. What I have done is I've rebuilt the culture here.
Yes.
So I've gone and got, and to be fair, a lot of the players I went and got recruited, I recruited back to the club.
Jesus.
So the boys I brought back were juniors at this club.
Beautiful.
So they're playing for the club, they're playing for the badge. And I've brought the legends, I've brought the culture back. I might do things a little bit different, boys, but let me tell you one slogan I live by is premierships are won off the park.
Correct.
So everybody thinks it's just training and winning. But you know what, mate? When you build a good culture, when you build a good bunch of boys off the park, they play for each other.
Absolutely.
And,
it's a family.
And that's what I targeted. These boys are absolutely fantastic lads, all of them. And sometimes the difficulty for me is not getting too attached to them as a friend, as opposed to a coach. Like I love the banter with them because I still feel like a player. I haven't quite felt like a coach, if you know what I mean.
You're still playing sport. I know that. That's for a fact.
Oh, I know you, and I've got a good one, mate. I've got a good one today, Harry. You're going to love this one.
Which one? Go on, tell me. Quick.
I just signed a boy called Joe Gatting.
Ooh, he's not related to the batsman Gatting, Mike Gatting. I bet you.
He's the nephew.
Oh my God.
He's the nephew of Mike Gatting.
The English batsman. Oh my God, man.
Yep. Nephew of Mike Gatting.
Oh my God, mate! What are you doing, man?
Well, how do you get these people
all these players that you've got there have got names, big names, mate. Jesus.
Yeah, well, Harry, he knew nothing about me for soccer. He heard about my cricket resume. He decided to sign up for the cricket.
And by the way, before anybody says anything, this is the Greek Don Bradman. I will dead set tell you, everyone out there right now.
Yes.
I have seen his bloody average. I'm going to put it up there on the bloody football. This bloody
99.9.
Mate, he's made hundreds like you wouldn't believe this bloke.
Well, absolutely.
I'm supposed to be in bloody Adelaide playing cricket with him one day. You watch this, mate. Unbelievable, mate.
Jimmy, which is the team you followed as a junior? Was it South Melbourne or was it West Adelaide Hallis?
Mate.
Nah, mate. Listen, I was obviously West Adelaide as a 9-year-old, so it's been my love for this club.
Oh, that's fair enough.
But you know, even when we were West Adelaide, South Melbourne were always the big Greek team, you know, so we were always, in awe, I guess, because they were always so successful and they had all Australian players, and so it was a bit surreal to even go there. And I mean, the legacy Postecoglou left, even my trainings, boys, and my philosophies are based around Postecoglou, even to this day.
Yes. Well, there you go.
I have someone here for you to talk to. I've got someone from Adelaide here, by the way, saying things about you. I think it's some of your boys here. Nick Menicello or something. Is that right? You know him?
Nick Menicello, is he on?
Jackson O'Donnell should be playing in the A-League, right? And then he says Costa Mantis is signing for Western Strikers. Western Strikers? Who is Western Strikers, mate? Who is this?
He's pulling our leg, the young fella, is he?
Western United.
Nick Menicello was a table tennis champion. He used to play table tennis for Australia.
What the hell, mate? Right? You know all these people.
Yeah, so what he does, he comes and just swats the bat around and knocks people around. He thinks soccer's the same. It's a different sport, mate. Tell him to pipe down there. And
what else? He said here, slow centre back for all your retro football boot needs. Is he trying to sell something? Is he? My God, mate.
He's a salesman.
What is this bloke?
Who wrote that?
Nick Menicello, yeah.
And he tell me, where's Costa Mantis signing?
He's finding Western Strikers. Who the bloody hell are they?
No, West Ham. I can see there. Not Western Strikers.
Western Strikers,
he said he's
mate.
signing for West Ham.
Bullshit, mate. It's got nothing. It's got. And there's this bloke here. Christian Aloisi sounds very familiar, mate. Who is this bloke?
Vaughan Company's on
what
too,
about
Jimmy.
that one? What about that one? A little Aloisi, eh? He came.
Yes.
He's come to us recently.
Yeah.
And he's a fiery little character. I think he needs to be in the boxing ring, like a bit like Dane Swan and Adam Cooney type style.
Is he related to the Aloisis? I bet you. Ross and
mate, the kid is Ross's son.
Oh my God! Wait, we've got to give him a hand, mate. What are you?
Well,
mate, we got royalty here all night tonight. What did you bring us here, Jimmy?
We have them all.
We weren't prepared for this, mate. What are you doing to us there?
Well,
What
Jimmy,
are you doing?
Have a listen to that, mate. You know, look, you've got my son plays in the 18s. You got David Miller's son is in the first team with me. You got Ross's son in the first team. This is what I'm trying to do, mate. Get the legends back involved. Bring the kids. Get the culture back, mate. Fantastic.
We're going to Adelaide. We're going. I don't give a stuff.
well,
going.
you know what? Tomorrow morning we're going to
we're
Tullamarine Airport.
We're packing the car to go to Adelaide. Get the bloody airplane, mate.
Well, we're going to drive. It's a
Got to
bloody long drive.
I was going to bring all the gear over. Jesus,
no,
mate.
we're going by plane, mate.
God.
They've got no bloody highways.
Jimmy, now
Adelaide,
we're going to get serious with you right now, right? Okay.
Well, yes.
Now I'll tell you, West Adelaide Hellas to South Melbourne Hellas. How did that happen? You tell me.
Oh, that was a bit of a touchy one, boys. I've got to be careful how I approach that one. But
well, that's fair enough. We'll go to the next question then, Harry.
Okay, now the thing is, you would have to and this is the only thing I will say to you.
Yes.
I'm going to mention one name. One name and one name only.
Mehmet Jurakovic.
Oh, bullshit, mate. Don't worry.
What a champion, Jimmy.
What I'm about to tell you is
what
right.
a champion.
Hey, hang on, mate, hang on. David Beckham. Can you speak to us about David Beckham? Did you give him a left hook somewhere on the ground there at the American Stadium or what? Did you give it to him or what?
Look, the thing is, boys, he was chasing me around just to try and get in a photo with me, mate.
Shit.
Okay.
We
were in the Maracana and he's chasing me around. We've got a photo together and, it's like, come on, man. And the funny thing is, they're getting images, photos, right?
Mate.
So I had an individual photo from that tournament and I had a photo with Beckham.
I've got it.
Now, the individual photo, I rang the guy, the photographer, and he goes, give me $200 for your photo.
What a moron.
You got
$200 back then?
You're in the photo, man. You photoed you should be paying you. What a joke.
Of course.
No, but the Getty Images, obviously, they've got their photos. So he wanted $200 for my photo.
Oh.
And then when I said, give me how much for the photo of Beckham, he goes, 10 grand. I said, mate, I'm not worth that much, boys. Like, why are you putting the price up so much? And he started laughing. Just because Beckham's in the photo, mate, it went up to 10 grand.
You cheat. What the hell is this, mate?
Come on, man. I only want it for my man cave.
I'm going to get you one. Leave it to me. I know I've got people under the table. Okay?
Jimmy, that team that went there, it took, what was it, Vasco da Gama, was it? It took them, 68 minutes to score or something? You'd have
Vasco
to say...
da Gama,
yep.
2-0, and they had two Brazilian internationals up front. Yeah, you know that?
That's right, of course. Of course.
Who did they have?
Take that off.
Take what?
Take that shirt off, will you?
Which shirt off?
The Sydney Olympic shirt. Take it off. And this guy says to us, boys, your backdrop is missing West Adelaide. No, it's not, mate. Cost us. Mantis, it's up there. Take the shirt off. We're going to show it to him.
Hellas is right there.
They're right behind us, mate. What are you talking about, mate? Take the Olympic
guys.
shirt off because we've got the blade. There you go.
go.
Hey, have a look, mate.
They are
It's
right
here,
there.
mate. It's right next to us.
West
Show it to him.
Adelaide Hellas, the
Right there,
great
mate.
soccer club.
He's saying,
And
boys.
also, tell the young man, the back of my jacket says Brisbane Roar.
Oh,
There you
forget
go.
Brisbane Roar, mate. We're going back to the old days here.
Well,
and
yeah,
boy
I'm
says,
going, yes.
he says here, Jackson O'Donnell. What was that Nick Manchella? I don't know what he's talking about. Mate, who are these people? Finn Man, Costas Mantel said.
Now, hold on.
He says that's Costas said
Can
that's
I
much
get
better.
a
There you go.
question in?
Go on.
Now, Jimmy, seriously, that team that went to the Americana, I saw the game.
Maracana. Yeah, Maracana.
That's the one. I saw those
He's
games.
he's true, you're not Brazilian the way you said it.
Harry and I used to follow that team. We're not allowed to say the name anymore. We are now officially Heidelberg, and we're very proud of that, must admit. And actually, you know what? Why don't we switch over to West Adelaide Hellas?
Actually, I prefer that myself.
You know what? I'll tell you what. We
All
might
right,
jump the
hey,
ship
boys.
already. Yes,
Boys.
Jimmy.
We want shirts. We
You
want
tell me
shirts.
you tell me you know Vasco. Who were the two strikers? Vasco da Gama, the Brazilian international.
Oh, was that Romario and Pele, was it?
Oh, shit, mate.
Not Pele. Romario and Edmundo.
Yeah, we got
well, I nearly got it right.
We got a guy here who's a Sydney Olympic supporter, and he even said it at Romario and Edmundo. Alex Evangelides, unbelievable.
Now, the question was, Jimmy, that team that went over there, that South Melbourne team, they would give any A-League team a run, wouldn't they?
Of course they would.
Well, that lineup they had back then.
Mate, you know, that team, I watched only last week because one of the boys asked me about one of the goals in the grand final, one of my players now, right?
Oh.
I had not watched that grand final since the day, since 2000, or 98,
Jeez,
whatever it was. I have not watched it ever.
Bloody hell. Yeah.
99. I'd never watched it. That's the first time I watched it in full, right? And let me tell you, the players I saw, mate, Johnny Anastasiadis, Paul Trimboli, Goran Lozanovsky, Fausto Diamicis, Nick Orlich, Con Blatsis, even the subs, mate. George Koutsoulis and Clarkson came on. Koutsoulis came on, and if you look at what he created for the third goal, that team would have beat most A-League teams now, hands down.
And what about Panopoulos? One of the Panopoulos was playing then, wasn't he, as well, that team?
Panopoulos was a little terrier, Panopoulos. He would run and annoy you all day.
It was Clarkson in that squad, I can't remember.
Didn't I? Yeah, Clarkson was the next six. Didn't I tell you about Panopoulos, what happened with him? I told you last time, Harry.
No, you didn't.
Oh, the nightclub scene. That's right, go for it.
No, Panopoulos, when we went in the Maracanã, Panopoulos got David Beckham's shirt after the game.
Oh, you mug.
Well.
Right? Because he was number 7 and he was our captain.
Jesus, mate.
Yeah. He got it signed by Beckham, right? And when we came back to Melbourne, he sold the shirt for, I heard a rumour, undisclosed amount. It could have been in excess of 20 grand.
Wow.
And then he went back to Brazil, and the girl that was at concierge, he flew her back to Melbourne and married her. Now
That's
in Brazil.
My
we know
God,
that.
Mate.
Yep. Beautiful story, isn't it?
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. We want to speak to this bloke and bloody interview him.
Well, why can't we go to Brazil, Harry, and find a nice young lady? You think
Yeah.
they'll go for us?
Jimmy, I got something from Christian Aloisi from you. Mate,
Christian Aloisi,
there you go. We got 23 people. That's amazing here. Listen to me. Christian Aloisi said Josh Moran should be starting. Now, what does this mean?
Absolutely.
He's trying to give you a hint. Is that right?
Of course he should be starting.
That might be a bit tongue in cheek because that bloke's not with us anymore, boys. Move on.
Well, we were going to say we saw him play last week.
Now, Jimmy. Now we speak about these teams you played in Brazil. Now we're going to go to 1993 at Lang Park in Brisbane.
Yes.
Now I was there.
Yes.
I was there, Jimmy. Let me tell you what I was doing there. Let me tell you what I was doing there.
Well, just tell him straight out. You were the ball boy, Harry.
Oh, shut up, will ya? God help us. Now the thing is, I was holding an Australian flag. I was running up and down Lang Park like an idiot, mate, with the gold and green. We were so Socceroo mad that day. We were absolutely crazy in Brisbane.
And you still are mad.
And we are still mad.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you what goes on here. At that time, you actually were on the ground, right? Now, the coach was the coach the boss?
Les Scheinflag, boss.
The boss, okay?
That's the one.
What did he do to you to put you crossed the ball in? Paul Agostino was there. What happened?
No, Tony Carboni, my mate.
Okay, go on. Tell us.
Carboni was far post. We were so well drilled. And listen, boys, I was a little bit quick in my day. You got to remember that.
I remember you very well, mate.
Yes. And you still are quick, Jimmy. Believe that. Believe in yourself.
I'm only quick to get to Macca's now, boys, but that's a different story, right?
Yes.
So I came down the right. Craig Moore knocked me the ball.
Oh, he was there.
Craig Moore and Kevin Muscat was at the back. The boss used me as an impact player.
Yes.
He would say he'd bring me on, say, 70-minute mark because I was quick just to rattle him a bit.
Yeah.
He brought me on the right side. Craig Moore knocks me a pass. Peter Tsekinis was in the middle. I knocked the ball down the line. Agostino's near post. Carboni's far post.
Yeah.
And I still laugh with Carboni because I told you last time he came and stayed with me last month.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So Carboni came and stayed with me for a couple of days, and he's a terrier. And I still pay him out to this day saying he didn't even head of the ball. The ball hit his head. That's how good of a cross it was, boys.
Mate, that goal, I saw it. And, mate, I nearly have a heart attack at my age, up and down with the Australian flag. I can't go anymore. It's probably on film anyway. Jesus. Listen, I've got that many things happening here. Yeah. All these people are talking about you, Jimmy. You must know all these people. And this guy says here, Nicholas Andre says, ask Jimmy if he likes Brazilian players. Here we go.
Oh, well.
Here we go.
So listen, when I mentioned my players before, he's one of my boys. I told you he's Brazilian. He's related to Neymar.
Ah, no wonder he's watching.
Yes.
That's the boy that's related to Neymar. He's third cousins with Neymar.
We want to ask him a question. Can you get your uncle on here, please? Thanks, mate. Okay.
Well, I tell you what.
Harry.
Yeah.
Tell him, maybe you can respond and say to him, do I like Brazilian players? I like Brazilian women better, tell him.
Well, he's hearing you right now. He's hearing you right now.
Yes,
He heard that, actually.
Well,
I say nothing.
Harry and I prefer the Brazilian women, to be quite honest with you.
What is his questions for you, Jimmy? What is going on here? You've set us up.
Tell us the next question.
Jackson O'Donnell.
O'Donnell.
What's the Jim thoughts on the current left back? What is going on here?
Brilliant. He's a brilliant player.
What is this, mate? This is unbelievable here. My God.
Hey, boys, let me tell you, my boys are on board with you. They support you.
Thank you.
And they must be listening to the show. Some of these
They
are
are.
being buggers.
They're all on. The whole team's on.
There's that many people here. I can't keep up here, Jimmy. What is this, Bill Pieri?
Well, you can answer. If you want to answer Jackson, just tell him the left back couldn't come to training tonight because he was still dizzy from chasing one of his forward players. So maybe you can tell him that.
No, Jimmy, whatever you're saying, he's listening to it, so I don't have to say nothing.
He's on the screen right now.
Right on the screen. Listen, and we got Bill Pieri says the best tackler in the league. Are you for real? You are. Is that you talking about you or the other guy? What's he talking about?
No, he's talking about Kevin Muscat. Jimmy has to be the best leg breaker ever to play the game, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm fortunate that I played with him and he was my captain and not so much against him.
Mate, honestly, when you were playing with him, did he spit a lot on the field when he was playing? Oh, I had his guts, mate, doing that.
Yeah, he could have carried a bucket around with him.
Boys, I'll tell you something with Kevin Muscat. I even lived with him when I tried at Crystal Palace, he was playing there and I lived with him for a period.
God.
Right? Let me tell you, he is the best bloke you can have in your team.
Yes,
absolutely.
Correct.
I know they have preconceived conceptions of him, but he's a mongrel. But if he's your captain, mate, you look back and you know you got him behind you, mate. You feel safe as hell.
You were spot on.
He's the enforcer, don't you? You're gone. Now.
To be fair, he took me on. I was the youngest. Me and Paul Agostino and Craig Moore actually were the three youngest in the Australian team. We're only 16 playing under 20.
Unbelievable, mate.
And
Jesus.
He took us under his wing. And let me tell you, mate, he absolutely. I love the guy to death. In fact, here we go. I'll tell you a good story now. Last month, when Tony Carboni came to stay with me,
yes,
because we were both in that Australian team, we were having a few drinks at my place, and we rang Kevin Muscat, and it must have been about midnight in Japan, and he answered the phone, and he was. I think he forgot who we were, mate. He's done that much now, he couldn't remember his old bloody teammates.
Jesus, mate. I've got more for you here. Who is this bloody Jackson O'Donnell? He's one of your players? He's laughing. He says here, got lost looking over the back fence. Is he for real? What's he doing?
Is he a training?
This is the guy you said before. He's dizzy or something.
Yeah, the left back might have had a bad day last week. Mate, maybe the boys that get stuck into him.
You got characters in your team, mate. We've got to go and interview these blokes. I'll tell you what, mate. Jesus, mate.
You wouldn't go wrong in coming and interviewing my boys, mate. They are sensational.
This is a show. This is a show, mate. Turn into a bloody movie. We should make a movie about these blokes. You know that?
Hey, well, the left back they're talking about is Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, yeah, mate.
The Greek guy he thinks is a Negro.
Well, Jackson just said. Jackson just says, "Come on down." Is that a song or something?
Come on down.
Come on down.
Come on down to Adelaide.
Come on down.
I know what you're saying. I know. Listen, your committee. You show them this show.
Yes.
You need to show them this show. I'm gonna send you a link to it. It's going to be all with sponsor. You know our sponsor is in Adelaide. Our sponsor is in Adelaide, mate. Jesus.
No,
there is only one football in Adelaide.
That guy, yes.
Only one football in Adelaide. That's right. I'm going to get you to meet David. How's that? I'm going to get you to meet our sponsor. We should go and do a show together with our sponsor at your club there. Are you going to open up your club rooms, mate? Are you going to open up that bloody thing down there or what?
Well, you should.
Good news, boys. Good news. The grant's been approved.
Good.
To get us to match day lock up. At this stage, there's 5 games to go in finals, but by next year, tradies are hard to get, obviously. So
I know.
The aim is by next year we'll be match ready by round 1.
And you guys have got a synthetic pitch, is that right? That'd be fantastic. Play on that every day and any day. That's right.
Yeah, it's a good synthetic pitch, mate, and the boys. It's improved the quality of the boys, but I struggle sometimes with synthetic pitches nowadays. Boys, we're a bit hard on the bodies.
Yes, it's true.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a purist, but I still love a good grass pitch, mate. For me.
Fantastic. Jimmy.
Oh, it's much better playing on grass,
Jimmy,
absolutely.
What we're going to do, we're going to get you back again. We want to know in a couple of weeks where you guys are. How many games you got left in Adelaide? How many games left?
5 games to go.
Where are you now on the ladder?
We're sitting second.
Good.
We can't look. We pretty much can't miss the top 4, so it's going to be somewhere in our top 4.
Fantastic. So
yeah, as long as your friend, as long as the bloke that's harassing us tonight, Jackson O'Donnell, saves the goals and not drops the ball and gives it to the opposition players.
Is he the goalkeeper?
We'll be okay.
Is he a goalkeeper? Is he?
Yeah, he's a star.
Come on down. Come on down. He says, we're going to come down, mate. We're going to interview you.
Well, I hope he has his gloves on.
You know what we're going to do, Jimmy? This is what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
Now, can
you talking to me or him?
We'll talk to Jimmy. This Jimmy here. Now, Jimmy, we want to do a show in the middle in the middle of the ground with couches and everything, middle of the ground, and the boys kicking the ball over our heads. Not bloody aiming at us, but talking
I think they might be aiming at us, Harry. Now, I tell you what, be careful there. OH&S issues there, mate.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want to end up in a coma in Adelaide because I heard have they got hospitals in Adelaide these days?
Of course they've got bloody hospitals.
I heard there's no buildings.
What do you mean have they got hospitals?
Mate, he thinks you guys are still a town and not a bloody city. That's the problem with this bloke.
We've got a lot of churches too, haven't you heard?
Well,
that's fair enough.
Don't go there. Don't go there, please.
We had Father Goodwin on last week.
We did. We had one of your compatriots last week, Tony Goodwin, which is Craig Goodwin's father, a Socceroo.
Craig Goodwin, Tony.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, he was on.
Tony was on last week. Yes, he's watching you. He's actually watching you tonight, right now as we're talking. He's watching you.
He runs all the churches down there, apparently.
That's right.
Now,
Father
Jimmy,
Tony,
can I say this? Ninkovic, good move or wrong move?
Well, look, it's an end of career move, isn't it? You know, probably just get some game time. I don't know.
It is.
You know, it's an end of career move. Like, he's not going to be playing week in, week out, Sydney. So I think it's probably a good move for him. And it's probably a good move. I think, you know, is it Western? Who's got him? Western Wanderers?
Western Sydney Wanderers, yes.
Yeah. I think for them it's a profile lift too. So I think it's a win-win.
Well, he's got, since 2015, for the last 7-odd years, he's right up there with the chances created. He's leading that, 245 chances created. You'd have to include him in that team. 35 goals, okay, that's not a lot, but if he fires, any team will have him. That's if he rocks up.
Oh, look, I'm sure he will. He looks like the ultimate professional to me.
He does. He's the modern-day Thomas Broich, isn't he, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah, what a name. What a player, huh?
Thomas Broich. I'm going to do the comparison now, the A-League NSL comparison.
Not much time left.
And it's Paul Wade or Thomas Broich, Jimmy.
Come on, mate.
Don't be biased. Look, I know Broich didn't play for Germany, but seen him playing in Australia.
Listen. Oh, come on, boys. I played against Wadey quite a lot. Come on, man. Like, you're going to give me heart, fight, and spirit. I'll go Wade. You give me ball player, ability, skill, tactics, I'll go Broich every day of the week.
There you go.
Very good answer. Now, if you can combine those two together, you have a magnificent player.
Oh, yeah, the Socceroos need one right now. Don't worry, that's right.
They need quite a few.
I tell you what,
players,
Jimmy, we're going to get you back in a couple of weeks, right? And we want to lift the profile of West Adelaide because, mate, you guys are. Yes. That was a massive team during the they won a championship. They won a championship as well. They won a championship. You guys won a championship there during the 70s and
78.
78. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's amazing, you know. And the thing is, what's happened there? You guys bringing it back up again. We want to see you guys back in number one. And we want to see you in a second division. Have you been speaking about the second division? Have you been speaking about this to your committee? What are they doing?
Yeah, well, no, look, we haven't had a lot of talk about going forward in that. Look, I think first and foremost for us boys, we've got to get back into the NPL, the first division.
That's first one. That's right.
You know, once we do that, then we can start looking at those other divisions. But I don't really know what's going on through those ranks. But yeah, who knows?
At the end of July, Jimmy, we're going to find out a lot of things about the second division. A lot of things are happening. So, Jimmy, we thank you for coming tonight, mate. Honestly, this is amazing. We're going to be talking about NPL Victoria with Mr. NPL. Hang around if you want to see it, because we talk about your old team there as well and everything and how they're going, which they're on top anyway. There you go. But anyway, Jimmy, thank you for coming, mate. It's been fantastic to talk to you. We're going to talk again, mate, offline very shortly.
Before we talk offline, I think we'll go there and pay him a visit, Harry.
We're going to pay you a visit, Jimmy. How's that? And do a show for you. We'll talk to you.
You got to come down. Listen, you got to come down. And when you come down, you mentioned the name on there that must be writing in. It's Billy someone. Who was that, Billy?
Billy who?
Who was writing in, talking to you while you were talking here.
Oh, yeah, there's so many people here. I can't
blame Billy O'Donnell, is he?
Billy's still here. He's still here. I can't believe the bloke, mate.
That Billy Pierre you were talking about, mate.
Yeah.
He's that Adelaide's best physio, mate. So when you come down, I'm going to get some one-on-one sessions with Billy Pierre. He's Adelaide's best physio. I can't believe he's listening tonight.
He's got to go easy with the dinker up, mate.
And your guys at the goalkeeper, he says Bill Pierre. He says he's advertising him as well. How's that? He's doing it as well. He's advertising him.
Jimmy,
bloody hell, mate.
Jimmy, you probably don't realise the last time Harry had a rub down when he was playing cricket. Apparently, they got the Denker rub out, and they went a bit too close to his old fella. And, he was on fire, Jimmy. He was on fire
in the field, mate. I hit 100.
Remember that? You called me.
Hit 100. Oh, mate.
Here's me thinking you're going to say the last rub down handed was in Thailand. So I'm glad you went with the Denker up.
Thank God for that.
Well, there's that too. Harry was in Thailand 6 months ago. What did you tell him, Harry, about the lady boy you met there?
Hang on. Who's this Jackson guy, mate? Jackson
Brown, is it?
You says to use you use a lot of deep heat too, he says. What the hell is he talking about, mate? Deep heat tickles his testicles. I can't talk like that, Jackson. What are you saying that for, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, the West Adelaide boys, I've got to give you this. You know what? We should give them an award, mate, because the West Adelaide boys... we got a problem here.
Oh,
what's the problem?
Costas Mendes says, calm down, Big Gav. We have just as many supporters as you at Lakeside. 30. What the hell's he talking about? Equals 30. My God.
Well,
he's
Jimmy,
having to go South Melbourne and West Adelaide. People are going crazy here, mate.
Let Jimmy confirm one thing, and he will. He's played for both of the clubs. They're both Hellas clubs, they call them.
Yes.
Who was the sister club, Jimmy? Was it West Adelaide or South Melbourne?
I'll be the other one.
I'm not answering that, man.
Be very careful here, mate.
Well, we think it was West Adelaide, which it doesn't matter. I mean, South Melbourne were apparently, from what I remember, they were saying they were the real Hellas, which, a lot of crap,
then let me ask you this one. Let me ask you this one. Who's the sister club, South Melbourne or Heidelberg?
Oh.
Well,
you're talking about World War III here if you start this.
Yeah,
look, you know.
Forget about this. Forget about talking about that.
At the end of the day, Jimmy, you know, even if you didn't play for South Melbourne, you know that quite well, that South Melbourne is the biggest team in Victoria. And I claim, and I will still say, that they are the biggest club in Australia, regardless where they're playing. They have got the name, they've got the history.
Now,
do you agree, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There you go, Harry.
Well, Jimmy, I tell you what, mate.
People laugh when I
we
say
want to
that,
thank everyone from South Australia.
Move over, Melbourne.
Hang on. From Adelaide coming on tonight. All your players that commenting, they made our show great tonight.
They did.
Amazing, Jimmy, for you to come on. We're gonna try and get to Adelaide, Jimmy. You got to help us there. We're gonna try and get to Adelaide, okay?
We will get there.
We will talk
mate,
about that.
I told you, mate. We can organise accommodation. I can get you down here. We get you on the pitch. No problem, boys.
We will do a show for you guys live from the pitch.
In, Harry.
We'll try and do something with the World Cup and something like that with the World Cup early in the morning or something. Okay, how's that?
Well, I'm going to call
you about that.
I'm going to call Jetstar now. Book our flight.
Hang on, mate. Jimmy's talking. The other Jimmy's two Jimmys.
If you come down and meet my boys and have a show with my boys, you just know you won't go back the same. I'm telling you now,
mate. I'm feeling.
Well, they won't be the same too, Jimmy.
You know what? You know what I'm feeling right now. I feel the love in Adelaide. I've got cousins in Adelaide.
Yes.
My cousins know you very well. They know you well. You're friends of theirs. I'll tell you about them later.
Yes. Well, tell him
mate,
now, Harry.
Unbelievable, mate. Jimmy, we haven't got much time right now. We've got to bring in.
Well, we've gone overboard,
mate. We're going to talk to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Jimmy.
You are a champion,
Thank
Jimmy.
you, Jimmy. Fantastic getting you on, mate.
I'm going to book the flight.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you.
Going up there. We're going to meet West
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Oh, I can't believe the guy.
Brittany, send him a kiss.
I tell you what, these guys from Adelaide are absolute. They are characters here. You guys, thank you for joining us tonight, mate. You made our show great tonight.
Now, Sunday.
We've got to get NPL real quick.
Can I say one thing?
Keep going while I get NPL on.
Can I say one thing about Jimmy and his boys? Yes. What energy.
Yes. Oh, energy.
What enthusiasm.
They
what
showed
positivity.
On the show.
My God, there's
the most people had about 50
well,
people.
I can't believe it. These guys are all participating.
They're talking here.
And they're still going.
They're still talking to us.
No wonder Jimmy wants us up in Adelaide.
Of course, mate.
Well,
they got heart there, mate. They got things there.
You know what?
We're gonna get this bloke here right now. We're stuffed.
You get Gav on. I'm going to call Jetstar now and book our flight, mate.
Adelaide people, you've just started a war with us. Adelaide guys there, the whole bloody team there, guys. Jackson O'Donnell, we're going to interview you, mate. Don't worry.
Hello,
You're
Jetstar,
not jumping fences next time.
Hey,
How Mr. NPL, mate.
Yes.
Honestly, mate.
2.
We've got that many
Yes.
people on tonight from Adelaide, mate. I can't
Yes.
believe it. Hang on, Frothy. Get off the bloody
I'm
phone.
talking to Jetstar.
Mate, I tell you what, Gavin,
What's
mate.
going on, mate?
Well, Gav, we are on our way to Adelaide.
Yep.
And
yep. The capital of football in Australia, mate.
Yes.
South Australia.
We had the great Jimmy Tsekinis on, and
Mate, he's
he wants
fantastic.
us there.
It was good. Jimmy was good, mate. He's a good bloke. He was a
Wow.
top player.
Thank you, Jack. Hang on,
Wow.
hang on, we got boy. They're talking to Jackson
No,
O'Donnell.
remember
Jackson
timed
O'Donnell,
South well, mate.
send
He's
us a
nice
bloody
bloke as well. Met him a
friend
few
request,
times.
mate.
He wouldn't remember me, but I met him a few times, and he was
My
a nice
God,
bloke
man.
as well to talk to.
Oh, he's a fantastic guy.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice bloke. So, it was good. It's good to hear from him. Good to see West Adelaide. Look, we're having a bit of a joke on the
Yeah, I know,
messages.
they took it serious.
A couple of West Adelaide supporters.
Had a go
Mate,
at you,
West Adelaide's all right. Like,
They
I don't
are.
hate West Adelaide.
They're not like Olympic.
Unlike I hate the burgers in Olympic.
Oh, Jesus.
West Adelaide, I can bear West Adelaide. You know what I mean? Look, you got kicked out of the NSL 25 years ago. That wasn't the best. You know what I mean? Like,
Jesus, mate.
you haven't had a home for I don't know how long, probably 30 years or something. But that's not good either. But it's good to see you doing well, and I hope you get promotion, mate. And I hope Jimmy gets your promotion, mate.
Of course. Now we're talking about
Get back where you
NPL.
belong.
Can we talk real quickly? We're going to get done here very quickly. We're going to run out of space here. Gavin, tell us quickly.
Tonight, Harry. I had so much to talk about.
Oh,
mate.
what can we do? You just keep going.
Keep going until they switch the lights off.
It's good, mate. It was good. It's a great interview. So
we couldn't do much about it. What can we do? What's happening quickly, Gavin? NPL, mate.
NPL's going well, mate. South the top, we're flying, mate.
How far?
6 games to go.
6 games.
6 games to go.
Yes.
20 games played with
mate,
top, mate.
Did you
4-0 win against Eastern Lions, the bottom team?
Yes.
Great performance.
And the Dinosaurs scored 4 goals, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, Harrison Sawyer scored 4 profits, mate. He's on fire. 16 goals for the season.
Well, he's ready for the A-League, Gavin. Come on, 4 goals.
No, he's not. No, he's staying with us, mate. He's got business to do with us, mate. He's not going nowhere.
Well, we don't know about that.
Gavin,
Maybe,
Gavin.
Esteban Autobahn might have something.
Hang on, we've got much time.
Yeah,
Gavin,
not much
Gavin,
time, yes.
the burgers are coming, mate. The burgers are coming. You know that, eh?
Where are they?
They picked up 2 players.
Make top 6, Harry. Burgers, they're 5th on goal difference, mate. It's like a log jam, mate. For the top 6 between them.
It's amazing.
Bentley and Green Gully, mate. Like, they're on 33. Gully are on 33. Bentley are on 32. Bentley is 7th. Green Gully is 6th. Heidelberg 5th. It's like a point between them, mate. It's going to come down to the wire.
I can't believe it.
Just like the minor championship is, and just like relegation is too. It's going to all play for 6 games to go, mate. It's like very exciting end to the season, mate. No doubt. It's been an unbelievable season.
Would have to be the most exciting season out of it. The whole NPL. I mean, we had no games for 2 years. Remember that? So we're back in a normal thing.
It's been a great season. It's been the standard of the play's been good too. You know what I mean? For the players been having nearly 2 years out of football in Victoria, the standard of play's been really good as well.
Yes.
The crowds haven't been there, as you were talking about before. The crowds have been really bad. You know what I mean?
They have.
That's probably, I don't know why. Who knows? Numerous reasons why crowds have been bad.
I know
for what I mean? Like,
I still for a fact, Gavin, I'll tell you for a fact, people still are scared to go out. People are still scared to go to games with crowds, and they're doing that.
And I heard you talking earlier before to what's his name? Who's
Kenny Wilson.
Kenny Wilson talking about Sunday games and stuff. Like, to me, Sunday games, I don't want to wait. Like, Sunday games are great in the NSL. Don't get me wrong. She only went once every 2 weeks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You really look forward to it. You know what I mean? Because the other week you're playing away and in the state. You know what I mean? You only had one derby game, or maybe 2 to go to.
Yes.
Maybe there was 2 clubs in Victoria at the time. Most of the time there was 1. Sometimes there was 2. You know what I mean? Like, but it was every second week, so you really look forward to it in the NSL. You know what I mean? Because it was every second week. In the NPL, it's different. It's every week, mate. You know what I mean? You go to every game.
I know.
Every game if you want to. You know what I mean? So I don't think Sundays are really into. Like, I like Friday nights. I like Saturday nights.
Freezing, mate. Freezing at night time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but then you can do all your stuff on Saturday during the daytime and then go. You know what I mean?
I know what you're
Saturday
saying.
Night. And then Friday night, 8:30, you can get home from work,
and then go again and get there by 8:30, plenty of time. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Gavin,
that's what I like. Then Friday nights, go to the game Friday nights, then you got the whole weekend to do what you need to do. You know what I mean? Like,
I need to stop you there.
Ooh.
Something very important to tell you, because apparently there was some news during the week.
Yes.
Frothy spoke to me last week. He threw away the horn. He won't play the horn anymore.
Yes.
He said that South Melbourne are not going into a second division. He got it from somebody's mouth. We're not going to mention the name.
Yes.
What have you heard?
Fair enough.
What have
I
you
haven't
heard?
heard anything about second division. I see the FFA released a calendar for the 2022-2023 season before the major dates.
Yes.
A-League starting, NPL starting across the country, Women's W League,
Yep.
the World Cup the World Cup finals games,
Yes.
the Women's World Cup, all the major dates leading up to September 2023 or October 2023. And they had a little line, like a one-line message about second division. It meant nothing really. It was just like rubbish, you know what I mean? It meant really nothing. It give you no information whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Gav, maybe it's time we all jumped
like,
on West Adelaide. How's that?
I'm sure of it, mate. I'm sure of it.
Well, like, you know, like, I just, like, until it comes out, until it's all set in concrete, until there's relegation promotion, until there's announced how many teams are going to be in second division, until there's relegation promotion, I'm not believing second division is happening.
Well, we need to.
I'm right there with you.
The end of July, I've been told by a source in Sydney, end of July, it's coming out. Okay, I'm not going to talk anymore.
Well, I'll talk.
The framework is coming out in July, and that is it.
Now,
end of July.
I heard you and Harry. I heard you. Sorry, Harry. I'm sorry. I heard you, Harry, and Frothies and Kenny Wilson talking about the crowds and stuff and how we're going to afford it and stuff.
That's rubbish.
We'll talk about this many times. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
ridiculous.
The clubs can afford it.
Of course they can.
There's at least 5 or 6 clubs in Victoria who could easily afford a second division, as long as the flights are paid for and hotels are paid for. You know, there's some kind of income to help the clubs pay for those things. Everything else can be paid for by the clubs as it is standing right now. Clubs are spending millions in the NPL Victoria, mate. Millions.
I will tell you, Gavin.
Tell him what?
No, just hang on, and everybody listening out there right now about a second division. Now, I have heard from
it's not going to happen, Harry.
A horse's mouth.
Yes.
A horse's mouth. Ooh. That $5 million from the World Cup when they made the World Cup a few weeks ago, $5 million from that amount that they're getting, that large amount, about $16 million, $5 million is put aside for the second division already. Done. Sealed.
Well, who
delivered.
Told you that? Did Joe tell you that? Because Joe told me. No. All I can say, Gav, I know a guy that played in the NSL. His name is Joe.
Don't say nothing.
No, I can't say his surname.
No.
It could be Joe Frazier. You never know. And he's 100% spot on that it's not going to...
Oh, that's fine. Whatever he wants to say, he can say. But
well,
anyway,
now, hold on. This guy's high up.
We go back to Oceania. Simple.
Don't worry about Oceania.
I think...
Here we go.
Frothies, my opinion, mate, we have 14 clubs, 26 games.
Yes.
Plus you have the cup competitions as well, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, of course.
You go back to your state, each club could go play in their own state competitions in the cup competition, you know what I mean? Like, and then try and get to the qualifiers of FA Cup that way, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
Well, Gav,
it could work for sure, definitely.
Okay.
But you just need to do it correctly and bring back the A-League to the winter, have the whole football system joined together. A-League, winter, second division, winter, NPL, state leagues, winter, have it all fully connected. You know what I mean?
Guys,
but we are, you and Harry are missing the big point here.
I don't want to talk about this no more.
No, well, you can listen. Don't talk. Listen for a change. I told you bloody do talk.
Yes. I never talk.
No, listen to this. Now, listen to this. You're missing the point. People aren't going.
Understand that.
And, well, if they're not going, just because they're going to have a banner second division, you think they're going to rock up? I don't think so.
You know,
I hope I'm wrong.
Somebody's
telling you off.
Who's telling me off?
Okay. Clubs,
Gavin?
No one from A-League clubs is leaving A-League clubs to go support the new second division. No one. And if they are...
Okay.
Like
I agree there.
We've got someone here.
Hold on, let him talk, will you?
Gavin, we got some
stuff.
Go on.
You know what I mean? Like, the people who are going to come support the second division clubs are the people who've always supported those clubs.
Correct.
And will come back and that'll bring more people to the game. Like we want, you know what I mean?
Well,
that'll
fingers
cut
crossed.
this divide of like what has always been there for 17 years about traditional supporters like myself and other people, and then you've got the A-League supporters. There's a big divide there, and always has
There
been, always will
is.
be.
That's
Gavin,
right.
Gavin, I need to say something about this. Stephen Holiday has got really upset here with Frothy.
Why is he upset?
Very upset here.
He's still on
Stephen,
holidays,
even
is he?
for the Raw getting relegated. Yeah, well,
Let me tell
the Raw, mate.
let me tell you guys.
Go the Raw.
This is from Steve, direct from Vietnam. Vietnam. Frothy doesn't want a second division. That's number one. Number two. Second division is happening. Jump on board. Number three. Frothy is scared of the Raw getting relegated. Oh, you're beauty. We love it, mate. We love it. They're getting relegated, guys.
Taking a couple of our players, mate. I tell you what. Like Marco Yankovic, Queenslander. Jake Marshall, Queenslander.
Yes.
There's quite a few banana benders in that.
Max
South
Nicola. Max Nicola, Queenslander, mate. Them three have been on absolute fire. They are A-League quality. And why wouldn't you take a punt on them, mate? Why wouldn't you take them and look at them? You know what I mean? Honestly, they're correct. Queenslanders. They would love to come back and play for Queensland Raw, no doubt.
We have
and
to
they're
finish.
quality
We're
footballers, the three
I've
of them.
got a warning here. I'm getting a warning, Gavin. We've got to go. I've got a warning here right now. We're going to get you on next week with a lot more time. But
next week, Harry, I want to talk about Victorian football history, mate.
We want to know. We want to know all that stuff.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Okay, Gavin, thank you for joining us tonight.
No worries, mate. It's good talking to you.
We'll talk to you next week. We've got more time next week. Thank you for joining us, Gavin.
Goodbye, all my South Australian friends. Love yous over there, mate.
Fantastic.
That's
They're all listening.
Love it.
West
Love South
Adelaide
Australia. Great place.
The
Love
sister
it, mate.
club.
Love
Yes,
it.
they have electricity now, Gavin.
Oh,
Exactly,
my
mate.
God,
And
mate.
West End beer is
They've
the
got
worst
churches
beer
too,
I've
okay?
ever had. It is the worst beer
Leave
ever.
my cousins are there, mate.
Yeah.
West End Lager, it's the best
West
one.
End beer is
I love
the
it.
worst,
I love
mate.
the stuff. It's
It's
beautiful,
great.
mate.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gavin. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Gav, you are a
Murray-
champion.
It's Murray River Water. That's how bad it is. I love you.
Thank you, Gavin. Talk to you next week, guys. Mr. MPL's just gone. We want to tell you next week we've got Jamie, you know, Jamie Payton next week. Socceroo.
No.
Yes.
Jamie Young.
Socceroo 303. That means number 333,
wow.
100 years of the
303.
Socceroos. He'll talk about the Socceroos, 300 years of the Socceroos, guys. 100 years.
300 years of the
No,
Socceroos.
100 years of the Socceroos. And Jamie is 303, former Heidelberg man and Socceroo. He'll be on with us next
He's
week,
a
guys.
Socceroo, of course he
That's
is.
right, guys, exactly.
Well, that's it. We're done, aren't we?
Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
we're
Here we
still
go.
going. It's bloody nearly midnight. Wow, what a show.
Thank you, South Australia and Jimmy, for coming on tonight, guys. Thank you.
Jimmy,
See you next week about number 303, Socceroo Jamie Payton. Monday night, 8:30. Thank you, guys. Hup, hup.
His players came on.
Clap your hands, mate. Hup.
Big man here.
Feel the rhythm. We're laughing at you, Frothy.
Now,
Check
I
it out,
say
guys.
this,
Hup,
We
hup,
will be
hup.
going Adelaide.
Feel the rhythm,
We're going to do
people.
a show. Not
Yes,
in the
yes.
middle of the bloody
$100 ahead.
no, it's going to be more than that. Now, I want to do the show from the showers. How's
The
that?
cup of life.
But we got to make
This
sure.
is the one.
We're in the men's
Now
showers.
is the
not
time.
women's showers. We
Don't
wanna go
never
down that
stop.
track. So what we'll do,
We shouldn't
go to
know.
West Adelaide,
Gotta be
and we'll do
strong.
the show from the showers.
We shouldn't know.
And we're gonna invite
Right from the
juniors
top.
to come in
And
here
when you
and
feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it. I see it in your eyes. You want the cup of life. Like the days, here you go. Hey, Tony, do you really want it? Tell me, people. He's got it. Hey,
ho!
Here we
go! Ole, ole!
keep going.
Are we still going?
Here we go.
Let's
See you next
get
week, guys.
loud.
See you next
Let's
week.
get loud.
8:30 with Jamie Payton next week, guys. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called There Is Only One Football.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, thereisonlyonefootball.com.
There is only one football.
to show you what's happening
Yes.
right here, right now in the studio, because we got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk.
Oh,
Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So
Yes.
we're back in town, but
We are.
officially back in town
That's
on
right,
Monday
yep,
with
yep,
some
yep,
major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
Well,
it
leave
all.
it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right, yep,
tops,
yep.
well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St. George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions,
Sorry
mate.
about that.
Brizzy
That's Brisbane Lions there.
Brizzy Lions,
And we
mate.
got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're
Sorry
telling me,
about
mate.
that.
Fitzroy United.
This one's Intermonaro, is it?
Into Monaro.
No, that's St. George, Budapest.
St.
apparently.
George, yes, the Hungarians,
and,
the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still
Yes.
on?
We're still on, of course,
on?
we're still
Well,
on, mate.
over
Yes.
here, we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of
Oh,
those.
he's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I'll tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered 2 because his gut's so bloody big, he needs 2 jumpers to make
Really?
one. So, well, look, that's only a joke, cat.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, what's this? Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Garrock, wasn't
Johnny
it?
Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we'll sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brasilia. Well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling, and our great friend with David Ben and
Yes.
Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. There is only, and then guys, you can buy them on. There is only
Well,
one
you keep
football.
going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football where you can get it from. There is only one
There's only one
football.com
football,
in
yes,
conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic
Yes,
kits for your teams as well
yes.
at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic
Yes, they are,
1977
Are we still on?
Phillips
Check 1,
Lee.
2.
Of course,
Check.
you're bloody
Sorry
on,
about
Frothy.
that, yep.
And of course, guys, 1977.
Yes,
These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the
Well,
rigid jigs,
yes,
$150, and then you've got the sublimated ones
yes.
at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I
Yes.
suppose it's not appropriate to say this, but my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I
finish
can't.
the-
We
the
can't
short
actually.
show tonight.
We can't actually sing a song tonight
No,
because
well,
we're just
doesn't
doing
matter.
we're just doing the show tonight.
Well,
That's
we're
all.
just advertising the jumpers here.
That's
and,
right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football.
That's the one there. And,
So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time.
Yes, a couple
Thanks,
of
guys.
days,
Get on
and we'll
Arrow
see 'em on
Sport.
Monday, you know.
Arrow Sport. There's only one
We'll
football.com.
probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you,
Monday, I
guys. See
believe.
ya. Bye-bye.
There's
Thank
going to
you.
be summer we're going to have.
That's what football is.